I got the LG UltraGear 144hz monitor for Christmas from my little brother roughly 2 months ago now, and I've seen the comments. Y'all want to know how it's been holding up. This will be my first time reviewing a monitor on my channel in general, so I'm going to be giving my honest experience on how this monitor's been holding up in the past 2 months. 2 months doesn't really seem to be a long time to really review anything, but since people were really eager to know like how it's currently going, this video is for y'all. What's up everyone, it's your boy WhiteDesku, and this is my 2-month review on the LG UltraGear 144hz monitor. Alright, so I'm trying to remember, my brother said that he bought this monitor from Walmart, so I was able to do some digging and I see that this monitor is currently $88 on there. So I didn't buy this, he did, so I don't know how much he paid originally, but it's currently $88 on Walmart. As for the specs for the LG UltraGear, it has a 1080p IPS HDR display and it has native 120 hertz, but you can't overclock it to 144 hertz. Technically, that's not entirely true in my opinion. I don't know if y'all seen the unboxing video of this, but when I was setting it up, it said 144 hertz. But I'll explain that in a bit. It has very vivid colors with HDR10 as advertised, but in my experience, it just made the color look a bit dull, so I leave HDR off. And I've seen other people in the comments of my unboxing video of this monitor say they have similar issues. So do with that information as you will, but that's my experience and that's other people's experiences from the past video that I've made on this monitor that they were warning me of with HDR on this monitor. It has slim bezels, which I do appreciate. This does look amazing. I do like the visual aesthetic of this monitor. It kind of matches like the monitor I have on top here, so it looks like I have like the same monitor even though it's not the same. And it does have a response time of 1 millisecond, which I heard makes the screen dimmer, which some people just don't like. I haven't had that issue. It does come with an HDMI cable, and personally I didn't use it. I just set it to the side somewhere because I use display ports for all my monitors. So it's a good thing I had a spare display port. I know some people in the previous video were asking me, hey, does this work with a PS5? How well does it work with PS5? And with my experience, I did hook up my PS5 into this monitor for a good bit because I'm going to be using it to play GTA 6 whenever that game comes out. Hopefully it comes out in November. It better. But yeah, since I did that test, so when I bring my PS5 upstairs to play GTA 6 later in November, it does work really well. I didn't really notice the 144 hertz option was working. I'm not sure I something I did wrong, but it locked to 120 hertz with VRR. So anyone who's asking about VR, it did work for me. Definitely test it if you ever decide to go and pick up this monitor. But in my experience, it did work. Trust me, because I needed to work. I can enjoy GTA 6, even though I don't even know if it's going to be 100. I don't even know if we even get that frame rate from it. Yo, side talk right quick, y'all, because I just want to talk with y'all. Like, for those of y'all who are hyped for GTA 6 and you have a base PS5, I have a base PS5. I bought it like in 2023. So, I mean, I don't have no reason to get the Pro besides the fact that they're talking about like beefing up the games on there, especially with Crimson Desert, other games like that. So, I'm a bit worried about what the frame rate is going to be for GTA 6 on the base PS5. I don't think none of us know, but a good amount of people have said it's going to be 30 FPS, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below because I want to know. I mean, I can play other games at 120 hertz that I've tested, but with like GTA 6 specifically, I don't know. All right, so I want to get into talking about what I was saying earlier about the overclocking thing. So basically, when I took this monitor out the box and set it up, I pressed this little menu here on the monitor to overclock it to 144 hertz. I went to my display settings. Oh, I could just show y'all. Basically, I just open up my display settings and I keep HDR off, but when I turn HDR on, I don't like how it looks on this monitor. Maybe because it's not an OLED monitor. Probably that's why. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of how it looks on this monitor personally, but y'all might like it. Y'all might like it. So I'll go to advanced display, and when you go to the menu after you overclock to 144 hertz, it says it goes all the way up to 143.98 hertz. So it says that it's going up to a variable refresh rate of 144 hertz, but I'm guessing it's not actually hitting that. I'm not a monitor pro, so I'm not going to sit here and act like a know-it-all, but if y'all do know what this means, please comment down below for people like me, people who will definitely be commenting on this video about what this means. Google's free, I know, but at the same time, I want to hear from people who actually have that experience. That's just something I prefer. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much why y'all watching review videos. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reviewing this. I mean, if it's good or not, and it is a good monitor. It does have its problems with certain things, but overall, it's a pretty good budget monitor. Especially if you want to get into like a higher refresh rate, but not spend like hundreds of dollars. This is a pretty good deal, in my opinion. Not even spending $100 to get 144 hertz 1080p. I know some people don't like that, but I didn't really care about having a 1080p monitor. As long as I have like a high refresh rate, that's what I cared about the most. And technically, I do got 144 hertz, but it's not. So yeah, I don't know. It does work at a pretty good refresh rate though. So it's pretty snappy, pretty good. I got no problems with it. I've only owned this monitor for 2 months, so again, like I said earlier in the video, I don't even think that's enough time to really fully like that same thing. But I will show y'all some games that I played on here. So I'm probably gonna like set up a different camera or whatnot so y'all can see what I've played. I tested Red Dead Redemption 2 because I can go up to 144 hertz in that game, and it looks amazing. That's Fortnite. Fortnite looks like it runs pretty well as well. And I played Forza Horizon 5. Just to like test it out for y'all to see how it works with PC. I can't show the PS5 because the PS5 is back downstairs already. I'm not gonna bring it back upstairs until GTA 6 comes out. So if y'all want like a little mini short on that, reviewing that, then I can do that for y'all then. But I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas for y'all. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty good monitor. It's a decent budget monitor. Don't have nothing really bad to say about it, except for the two things with the response time that other people have told me that they've said. And the overclocking thing, which I mean, still technically is higher refresher like I paid for. Well, I didn't really pay for it. That my brother paid for. So, yeah, not bad. I'm not disappointed with it. It's a good replacement monitor since my other monitor. It was a 1440p 144 hertz monitor. It like screen bled and whatnot. So that's why, I think that's why my brother got me this monitor for Christmas. So yeah, it's a good replacement. Definitely recommend this monitor for the budget people out there. I know people who are a bit more, have like a higher standard for a monitor. You can definitely skip this monitor, but for people who don't want to burn through their money, I feel like this is a good option. But like always, it's up to y'all to decide if you want to get it or not. Yeah, if y'all do currently own this monitor, help me out to help the other people out there who are looking for a good, decent budget monitor like this one. And shout out to DeskuMob members of this month. We do have YouTube members turned on. I don't really mention it much because I know not many people care about it, but I shout out to y'all. I'm going to start shouting out the members in each video, at the end of each video. So yeah, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. If you are new to my channel, I would appreciate it. We're trying to get to 3,000 subs, so we're pretty much almost there. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.